big statement, real simple. My hat's off to Florida. I thought their kids, at the end of the day, executed better than we did. I'm proud of our football team. I thought I saw great growth by some of our young guys. There's some areas we certainly take after this football game and must continue to do better. But I thought it was a great learning experience and all.
Injury-wise, looked like Jerome went out.
Yeah, just Jerome a little dehydrated. I think it was more precautionary on our end. I expect to have him back ready to go by tomorrow in practice.
Anything else, or you guys?
No, that's it.
Is that maybe the one plus from this game?
No, the one plus that I saw is I saw a young defense that maybe had as many young guys as I've ever been a part of. And I give a lot of credit to Florida. That's a pretty good offense led by a darn good quarterback. And I saw our defense really, after those first couple drives in the game, kind of settle in. Then you saw some guys really fly around and play good defense. So I really take great, I'm really proud of that. And I saw our leaders lead through it. It wasn't our day. We didn't execute some of the detailed things that, of course, we would want to execute. But I never saw our kids give up. And I think that attitude, that effort, the commitment level that we've preached as a foundation of our football program, I saw that carry on for 4 quarters. So that's what I take as a great positive out of this.
Did you see really any demeanor change in your team as it started kind of getting away from you late in the 4th quarter?
No, I think that's probably what I'm most proud of. I never saw that. We got a young football team, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I really saw those kids stay in there and stay dedicated to finishing the football game, and shoot, games happen like that, and I think that's the one thing that I'm proud of, because there was times last year maybe we, at the end of games, kind of let it get away, and that certainly didn't happen today. Again, a lot of credit goes to them. I think a failure to execute a little bit from us offensively put us in 3rd and long situations, and you're not going to beat a great Florida team that's got great speed on defense. Those are tight windows to try to get the ball in on 3rd and long. So we got to do a better job of getting, into 3rd and manageable situations. When we're into that, we were successful. Again, I saw our defense grow today. Are we there yet? I'm not saying that, but I saw great growth by our young guys today.
38 passes compared to 9 rushes for Fluon. Is that an okay ratio for you, or could you guys have ran the ball, or did the score dictate that?
Yeah, I just think the rhythm piece of it, we've got to find a way to get in a rhythm, and if it's running the football more, or if it's whatever, I think our biggest thing is we knew the depth that their defensive front carried, and we didn't want those guys to dictate the pace of the game. Of course, at the end of the time, when you keep it to 3rd down and you only get 2 plays, you don't get very many yards. Now that defensive line can tee off. Now it puts you in situations when we ran the ball, and I think David had 9 rushes, averaged 5.1 yards a carry. But if you look at when those rushes came, it came after maybe the first down or as we were continuing drives. So our biggest game plan adjustment was, in the fact coming in the second half, is, hey, we probably got to get the ball to 22. We've got to let him see what he can do, and I think it really helped us early in the second half. And then by the time we were down, we knew we had to try to take some shots down the field and try to get back in, and unfortunately it was a little bit too late.
Did you guys have any trouble with conditioning, humidity, and heat down here?
No, I don't think we did. Jaron's the only guy that we lost at the end of the game. I think he could have came back into the football game. We did it as precautionary. We got to continue to play as we continue this season on. But I think the thing that we're really fortunate about is what we do offensively really conditions our football team, both offensively and defensively. And I thought that piece of the puzzle showed up. I didn't think we looked like a tired football team.
How would you assess T.O.'s performance?
Yeah, T.O.'s performance, I would say, I thought he did a really good job early in the game. I thought later on in the game he was just pressing to make a play, and that's what good quarterbacks try to do. And unfortunately for his sake, he wasn't in very good situations. We're down, it's 3rd and long. The pick he throws, it wasn't double coverage, it was single coverage, and he had a chance. The receiver could have on his back hip, and if he would have had it in a different window, maybe we had a chance for 1st down. But they're tight windows, man. When you got great defensive backs like that, the windows now are a lot tighter than what you're used to seeing sometimes. So, I saw this from T.O. I saw him stand up and lead. That's what you ask your quarterback to do, and maybe it wasn't his best day, but it certainly didn't have anything to do with his leadership.
What did you see out of Florida's linebackers and safeties in pass coverage?
Well, geez, I think when you watch those guys play, they're just so athletic. I think they're long and they're athletic, and they're a football team that I think that's what they're predicated on, is their athleticism, you know, and as we watched them all through last year and knew no matter who was coming back or who was playing in this football game, I think you knew the number one thing that they had the ability to do was run, you know, east and west, side to side, and create passing windows in the passing game that really shrink down when you play such an athletic group of guys. And certainly that didn't disappoint us. That certainly is what we saw when we were out there.
A 3rd and 2 becomes a 3rd and 17 when Reedy. What did you see?
Yeah, I don't know. His helmet came off. You know, I'm not quite sure how he reacted. We took him out of the football game. You know, again, that piece of the puzzle, you know, that's discipline. You know, and honestly, we had 4 penalties in the entire football game, and one of them I took a penalty because, you know, we were going to move it back to try to pooch the ball down a little bit farther. So we had 3 penalties in the football game, and the one thing that I've challenged our football program and our football team is being a disciplined football program and let our actions speak for our words. And I thought, really, for about 99% of the day, that piece of the puzzle really showed up. So, you know, I think that's another thing we can take out of here, 3 penalties in this football game, something that we've really worked on, we've really harped on, and we've got to continue to get better at it.
One more. Penza kicked it really well. That's a guy who last year, uneven at times, but really consistent.
Yeah, Vince did a nice job. You know, Vince and JD and, you know, Matt Wall, those are 3 seniors that you expect to do great things for us, and they certainly did. I was proud of their performances all the way around. Greg Mance did a great job on our punt team, kind of getting the protection called the right way, and, you know, those guys executed with great precision. So, again, I thought special teams-wise, we did some good things at times today again.
Speaking of Mance, right tackle, you started him there. Is that?
Well, you know, it's just it's constant competition. You know, Lazowski, I thought, really had a good week. When at the end of the day, we're going to play the guys who practice the best and put themselves in position. I think you saw Nelson rotate in the football game after the 2nd series, and then we kind of end up going with Rob. I thought he gave us the best chance throughout the game. So, Mance is a guy that can play every position. He's a special football player, and you know, we'll continue to use Greg to the best of our abilities.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right.